So we have completed actually 10 exercises. One of the exercises is not there. So we did 10 exercises where we discussed about different ways of solving problems or functions which are to be integrated. Right? So here we learned the technique. In this chapter, we are going to see the application of it. So as I've discussed in the previous chapter already, why do we do definite integration? So what is the main objective behind it? To find area made by curve with whom?
X-axis.
It is independent. Because I don't want to use the word x-axis, it is independent axis. So the meaning of it is, observe this carefully. Suppose I have a graph like this, okay? I'm giving you two graphs. In both the graphs, you obviously have x-axis and y-axis. Here also you have x-axis and y-axis. So let's say you have a curve like this, and here you have a curve like this. Okay. Let me take one of the points, one of the x-coordinates of the point as A, the left extreme point, and the right extreme point as B. So between A and B, if suppose I consider a small rectangle, okay, you can call it as a rectangle only if its thickness is very, very small, which is nothing but approximately dx. Okay. When it is dx, this will also be parallel, right? See, the question is, how many such small rectangles can you find between the points A and B? This also we know. How many such can you find?
Infinite.
Infinite.
Yes. You can find infinite such rectangles between the points A and B. Okay. If I ask what is the area of this rectangle which is shaded, the area of the small rectangle is f of x into dx. Area triangle is f of x into dx. But if I find many such rectangles between the points A and B, then how do we find the area made by this curve with the x-axis? So observe this fully. Here I told area of the
So your voice is breaking.
of the shaded. Is it better?
Yes, sir.
So try to understand. I'm talking about area of shaded rectangle. I'm sorry, it's not triangle, rectangle. Area of the shaded rectangle and area of the shaded region. Area of shaded rectangle is nothing but black color. Area of shaded region is nothing but the red color portion. Faisal? So I hope it is clear. So if you want to find the area of shaded region, what is the mathematical tool that we can use? We can use integral of f of x dx from where to where?
A to B.
A to. So when you do this, what is that you're going to get? You will get the area of shaded region, or I can say area made by the function with x. So I hope this is clear, right? Solve the problem integrals and all those things. That's what we are going to do in this chapter also. But we need to understand why we are actually learning this chapter. I hope it is clear till this point.
Yes, sir.
Now the next question is, instead of giving you the y which is equal to f of x, when this equation is given, then y is the x is independent axis. This we are discussing f of y with respect to x-axis, independent axis. Instead of giving you y is equal to f of x, had the curve been x is equal to f of y, then if I give you a statement like this, integral of a to b f of y dy, then what does it represent?
Area with respect to y-axis.
Area made by whom?
The curve, sir.
Curve.
What is the name of the curve here?
F of y.
It is f of y. That's right. So area made by f of y with respect to y-axis. That is why whenever you integrate, the differential coefficient part is very, very important. If it is dx, you will take the limits of x-axis. If it is dy, you will take the limits of y-axis. If you have to visualize this, it is going to look like this. From the curve, if I drop two perpendiculars, okay, which are very close to each other, like this, okay. So they both are close to each other such that this curve is approximately a straight line. Then it forms a rectangle. So what will be the area of this rectangle? Area of the rectangle will be f of y dy. Okay.
Dy.
So if I take the limit from a to b, then area of region with y-axis will be equal to integral of f of y dy from a to b. Are you guys able to understand this or not? Okay. See something like this here they're trying to speak about. Just let me know if there is any doubt.
Sir, can you repeat it again, sir?
Which point?
The area of rectangle.
Which? This one. Is this the
Yes,
one you're
sir.
asking?
Yes, sir. Yes.
I'm saying instead of dropping the perpendicular, that is, instead of framing the rectangle with respect to x-axis, we are framing the rectangle with respect to y-axis. Okay. If you do this, then f of y into dy will give us the area of the rectangle. That's what I wrote here. If I want the total area of this region, that is the area made by the curve with respect to y-axis, then you need to write integral of a to b. To be careful is here a and b represent the limits of y-axis. Integral of a to b f of y dy will give us this area. That is what I'm trying to say. Similarly, the previous case observe. You're able to observe the difference in the diagram. The first one is shaded vertically. The second one is shaded horizontally. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes or no? Okay. So we'll do some problems. You'll understand. So this is the theory for this chapter. Nothing else. We are done with the theory part. Now we'll do some how to handle. So they will ask you a question like this. See, one more important point from this chapter, definite 6-mark question. Find the area enclosed by the circle x square plus y square is equal to a square. So they have told. So this circle represents what? It is a circle with
So your voice is breaking a lot, sir.
Is it better now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if you read the first question, the first example question, find the area enclosed by the circle x square plus y square is equal to a square. So for the circle, where is the center?
Origin.
So the center is at origin, and a represents what?
Radius.
That's right. It is the radius of the circle. A comma 0 is one end of the diameter, and
Sir,
minus a comma.
sir,
Yeah, tell me.
others is waiting outside, sir. Can you let him in?
Aditya.
Yes, sir.
No. So now logically tell me, if I give you a circle of radius A or radius R, what will be the area of it? You already know
YR
the answer.
square.
Answer is
YA
pi r
square.
square. That is, we are going to derive the same thing using integration. That's it. Okay. Now I'll tell you how to approach. We'll solve this problem in two ways so that you'll understand what I try to explain in theory part. Okay. So whenever you do integration, you can do with respect to either of the parameters. What are the two parameters that are there in this question? Two parameters in the sense, two variables that are there in this question. You have x as well as y. So when you are integrating with respect to x-axis, you will take it as f of x into dx. When you integrate with respect to y-axis, you write it as f of y into dy. Okay. Now see, I'm giving you a task like this. I'm dropping a perpendicular from here to here. Now tell me, I'm taking a small rectangle in this way. Now, am I integrating with respect to x-axis or y-axis? You're doing with respect to x. So when you're doing with x-axis, the triangle will be vertical. That is the logic. When you're doing with respect to y-axis, the triangle will be, I am sorry again, it's not triangle, rectangle. So when you're doing with x-axis, the rectangle will be vertical. When you're doing with y-axis, the rectangle will be horizontal. Okay.
Sir.
So, yeah, tell me.
Sir, Tarun is waiting, sir. Can you please let him in?
Tarun was inside only, no? I allowed him.
I think he
He
left
went up.
again.
So how do we frame the equation? Now tell me one thing. So if I'm able to find the area in the first sector, area in the first quadrant, the area in the other three quadrants is going to be the same because the shape is symmetric, accepted. So when you find A1, whatever is the value, we can multiply it with 4. Okay. So total area of the circle, can I write it as 4 times A1? But how do we find A1 using integration? So we are sure that we need to use integral. So write integral. The question is about you're going to do with respect to x-axis or y-axis. Since you have dropped the vertical rectangle, we need to do it with x-axis. F of x into dx. Write it like this. Now, what are the limits, you guys tell me? For A1, for the first quadrant, what are the limits of the x-axis, x coordinates?
0 to A.
0 to A, that's right. So it's starting at 0 and it is ending at A. We have to look only at the x coordinates. 0 to A. Now an important question to be answered is, what is f of x? We know that y is equal to f of x. Similarly, x is equal to f of y. So y is equal to f of x means we know that x square plus y square is equal to a square. X square plus y square is equal to a square. I'll write it separately. So let this be equation number 1. We know that x square plus y square is equal to a square, which implies y is equal to plus or minus root of a square minus x square. So make an important note. This y is equal to root of a square minus x square represents the equation of a semicircle. Okay. So if it is plus root of a square minus x square, it is above y-axis. Means it is, see, we can write it as y is equal to root of a square minus x square, or y is equal to minus root of a square minus x square. Correct. So when you write plus root of a square minus x square, it belongs to the first and second quadrant. When you write minus root of a square minus x square, it belongs to third quadrant and the fourth quadrant. This is an information you can make a note of, okay, for your understanding. I hope it is clear.
Sir, can you repeat that, sir, when it's plus
Which
or
one?
minus?
Okay, this part, right? So y is equal to root of a square minus x square represents a semicircle in the upward direction. Minus root of a square minus x square represents a semicircle in the downward direction. Because y is positive. Tell me where all y is positive. Which quadrant is y positive?
First and second.
That is why when you draw it like this, it belongs to the first and the second quadrant. Similarly, when it is minus, it belongs to the third and the fourth quadrant. That is why it goes like that. Okay. Now tell me, with respect to this question, should I take root of a square minus x square or minus root of a square minus x square?
Root of a square.
Root of a square plus minus x square.
So you should take root of a square minus x square. So y is equal to root of a square minus x square. So a1 will be equal to integral of 0 to a root of a square minus x square dx. Okay. Now you know how to integrate this, right? Root of a square minus x square, there is a formula x by 2 into root of a square minus x square minus sine inverse x by a. So you have a big formula. When you substitute and solve this, tell me what should be your answer. You need not solve this. Logically, what should be the answer?
Pi r square, sir.
It should not be pi r square. It will be pi r square by 4. Because what are you exactly doing? Observe.
Calculating only 1/4 of the area.
Yes, we are calculating only for one quadrant. So pi by 4 into a square multiplied with 4 will give us pi a square. So when you solve this, you need to ensure that this comes out to be pi a square by 4. Can you guys confirm if you can solve this? I hope you can solve this, right? Because we have done enough problems based on definite integrals and everything. So there are two ways to solve this. You can either directly go with the formula, or you can take x is equal to a sine theta and proceed. Both will give you the same answer. Okay, you will get it as pi a square by 4. Is this point clear? So a will be equal to 4 times a1. That will be 4 into pi a square by 4. That will be pi a square. Is the concept clear or not? Tell me. Are you guys able to visualize what exactly we did?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you can ask me a question. How will we know when are we supposed to do with x-axis, when are we supposed to do with y-axis? You do with either of the axis, you will get the same answer. Okay. Now we did with respect to x-axis. In this problem, I'm going to show you with respect to y-axis also. The same diagram I'm going to draw. Again, the same thing. 0, 0, 0, a, 0, minus a, 0, and 0, minus. Okay. So if I have to do with respect to y-axis, what kind of rectangle are we supposed to consider? Horizontal or vertical?
Horizontal.
Horizontal rectangle. You take a horizontal rectangle like this. Okay. So inside this, I'm shading this portion. So tell me how to solve. If I take this area as A1, again the area is 4 times A1 only, no change in it. Okay. So A1, I can write it as integral of f of y into dy. Now A1 is belonging to first quadrant. So with respect to first quadrant, what are the limits of y?
0a.
0,
0 to a. Okay. So we know that x square plus y square is equal to a square. X can be represented as x can be represented in terms of y like this. So x is equal to plus or minus root of a square minus y square. Now you guys tell me what does plus mean and what does minus mean?
Plus means first and fourth quadrant.
Very good.
Minus means
Plus means first and fourth quadrant. Minus means second and the third quadrant. That's right. So since we are doing with respect to first quadrant, we need to take it as plus. So root of a square minus y square dy. Now tell me guys, in the last chapter we learned a property, right? Integral of a to b f of x dx is same as integral of a to b f of t dt. This will be same as integral of a to b f of y dy. We know this property, right? So if you observe this expression, will they generate the same answer? Because here you have the same limit 0 to a. You have root of a square minus x square dx. Here you have root of a square minus y square dy. It is like f of y, there it is f of x. So answer should be pi a square by 4. So this part I am leaving it to you. Okay. This part, the solving part, I am leaving it to you. You can solve. If there is any doubt, let me know. So what I'm going to do with respect to this exercise is, I'll frame the equations and give you. You have to do the normal integration from the previous chapter's knowledge. And if you have any doubts, you can reach out. Is it clear? Are you guys clear with how to solve with x-axis and y-axis?
Yes, sir.
Yeah? Okay. Shall I move on to the next one?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So find the area enclosed by the ellipse x square by a square plus y square by b square is equal to 1. Any idea about what is the area of an ellipse? What is the area of ellipse? This pi a into b, where a represents the semi-major axis, b represents the semi-minor axis, depending on which is greater than the other. Okay. So generally ellipse, see, can I say circle is a special form of ellipse where a is equal to b? When a is equal to b, if substitute here, what happens? It becomes pi
R square.
A square.
A square.
pi a square or pi b square, right? So this is why this is the area of ellipse. If a is equal to b, it becomes a circle. Okay, have this in your mind. So when you solve this, what are you supposed to get? The answer is supposed to be pi ab. No, tell me. So what will this point be? So the 0, 0. What is this point? A, 0.
A comma
This minus a, 0. This one is 0,
0 comma b.
0, minus 3.
this will be 0, minus b. So with respect to x-axis, means you're solving the problem with respect to x-axis. See, every time you need not drop the rectangle, but if for your practice, I would suggest you to do it. So I'm dropping perpendicular with respect to x-axis. So we know that x square by a square plus y square by b square is equal to 1, which implies y is equal to plus or minus root of 1 minute. So y square by b square will be equal to 1 minus x square by a square. So y will be equal to plus or minus b divided by a into root of a square minus x square. Again the same logic. Plus means first and second quadrant. Minus means third and fourth quadrant. Now tell me how to frame the equation. So again we'll do the same thing. You will calculate the area of one sector. Okay, and multiply it with 4. So a1 is how much? Integral of, tell me.
0 to a.
0 to a.
That's right.
B by a root of
B by A root of
A by b.
dx.
That's right. Okay, you take out b by a, you do for root of a square minus x square. What is the expected answer? So for root of a square minus x square, we got pi a square by 4. No, we know that logic. So what is the expected answer? It will be pi by 4 into.
AB.
AB.
That's
AB.
right. Okay, you multiply. So a is equal to 4 times a1. That will be pi ab. So this is the case. Now the next point is, if you have to do with respect to y-axis. You have to do with respect to y-axis. Tell me, you know, a1 will be integral of, what should I write?
0 to B.
0 to B.
It will be 0 to b. Very good. It will be 0 to b. Right. It will be 0 to b. Then
B by A.
B by A root of A square.
A square
a
minus
square.
Y square.
Minus
Very
Y
good.
square dy.
That's it.
dy.
Yes. It will not be b by a, but it will be a by b. Okay. Now let's do the reverse and see why it is a by b. Because x square by a square plus y square by b square is equal to 1. So x is equal to b square minus y square by b square, the whole multiplied with a square. So this is x square. So x is equal to plus or minus a divided by b into root of b square minus y square. Okay. So it will not be a square minus y square, rather it will be b square minus y square. I hope you guys understood how it came. So when you're doing with respect to y-axis, what are we supposed to find? We will find what is x, then we will multiply that x with dy. So to put it in simple terms, with respect to y-axis, can I write it as x dy? Because x is nothing but f of y. Similarly, when you're doing with y-axis, it will be y dx, where y is nothing but f of x. Is this clear or not? See, because some of them in your NCRT, they would have solved only using y-axis. You might get a doubt of why you can't solve using x-axis. You can. That is what I'm trying to say. Okay. So make a note of it. I'll move on to the next problem. So I'm moving on to the next one. See, find the area of the region bounded by the curve y is equal to x square and the line y is equal to 4. So y is equal to x square represents what?
Parabola.
Not parabola.
Upward parabola.
Upward parabola.
That's right. It's an upward parabola. So when it represents an upward parabola, here what is that you have? You have a line also. From here you need to be careful of which one to be chosen. Okay. Observe. Y-axis, x-axis. So this is an upward parabola, and this is also a part of it. Right? They didn't give you a restricted domain, rather a complete domain is given. So the domain is going to be real numbers, and the range is going to be from 0 to infinity. So this is x, y is equal to x square. Y is equal to 4 represents what?
Sir, a line passing through 4 the y-axis.
So how will
Parallel
it
to
be?
X.
With very good. It is parallel to x-axis. Both of you are right. So it is a line which is parallel to x-axis. Right? So what will this coordinate be? It will be 0, 4, and this coordinate will be 0, 0, and this is y is equal to x square. Now tell me, in this problem, which is easy for you to solve? Is it easy to solve with respect to y-axis or x-axis?
Y-axis.
Y-axis, because limits of y are directly known. X means again you have to solve and see. So you can ask me a question. So we cannot solve with respect to x-axis? No, that is not what I meant. I'm trying to say we can solve easily using y-axis. So what we have to do is observe. So you will take a rectangle like this, correct? So this one is there. So they are asking this area. So always remember this, okay? The rectangle which I'm selecting will be in black color and the whole region will be in red color. That is a color code I'm going to follow. Okay, so you're able to understand the red color portion is the area which they're asking. Again, since it's a symmetrical shape, what we can do is if I take the area here as A1, then A1 is equal to what? Integral of, tell me the limits, guys.
0 to 4.
0 to 4.
Very good. It is 0 to 4 because you need to take the limits of y-axis 0 to 4. So when you're taking y-axis, you need to write x in terms of y. So y is equal to x square. So what should we write here?
Root y.
Y root
Very
of
good.
y.
It is square root of y. Again, you will get like something like this. X is equal to plus or minus root y. Plus y represents which quadrant?
First and second.
First and
First.
second.
No, plus represents first, minus represents second. So which one you should take, plus or minus?
Plus.
Plus.
Yes, root y into this thing. So this is a simple one. No, can you integrate and tell me the answer? Make it fast.
2 by 3 y power 3
You'll get
by
2 by 3 into y power 3 by 2.
3 by 2.
Correct? So you'll have 2 by 3 into y power 3 by 2. The limits of y, if you substitute 0 to 4, 2 by 3 into, substituting the upper limit, 4 power 3 by 2 is how much? It is 8. Correct? It is 16 by 3. But what is the total area?
2 times 16 by
2
3.
times 16 by 3.
So it will be 32 by 3. Make it a practice to write it as square units. Because you don't know whether it is meter, centimeter or whatever it is. So write it as square units. See, most of them what they do is the common mistake is they will stop with this part and think that is the answer, but that's not right. You need to remember how many times you are supposed to multiply the smaller area you're taking. Okay, be careful with that. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
I hope there is a simple problem, right? See, but for you guys to visualize, I'm going to show you how to solve with respect to x-axis also, so that you will have better thought process. Okay, so observe this carefully. I'm going to solve the same problem using x-axis. Do you think you will get different answer or same answer?
Same answer.
Obviously, we need to get same answer
Same
because
answer.
it is same area, right? So let's try now. Okay. So again, y is equal to 4. Okay. There's the curve y is equal to x square. I hope this part is clear. The same diagram I've drawn. Okay. Now tell me one thing. If I do with respect to x-axis, which area will I get? If I drop a perpendicular from here, if I take with respect to x-axis, I will get this yellow portion. So yellow portion is the unwanted area for us. Correct? That's not what we need. Rather, we need the red region. Now tell me one thing. If I have to solve this problem using x-axis, then what will be the limit? So how to solve in the first place? Tell me. How do I get this area?
So we need to subtract, sir.
Subtract it from the
Subtract from whom? Subtract from
area
whom?
of
And
square.
that
area
Where?
below the line.
Area of?
Area below the line which is parallel to x-axis, we need to
Okay.
subtract that from the yellow part.
What shape? That's exactly right. What shape is it
Square.
taking? It's taking. How
Square.
did you know it's a square? Because you don't know the distance. No, I've drawn it like that. How do you know it's a square? I never told. It's not a square, first of all. How did you people know it's a square? Is it because of the way I drew the diagram? Okay. So when you have these kind of problems, no, you need to find the points of intersection. So points of intersection of whom? Points of intersection of the curves. Okay. So here you have two equations. Y is equal to 4 and y is equal to x square. So you have two equations, two unknowns. Substitute y is equal to 4 here. So 4 is equal to x square. X is equal to
2.
Plus or minus.
plus or minus 2. So this point is 2 comma 0 and this point is minus 2 comma 0. I still think it's a square. What does it form?
No, sir.
Rectangle.
It's a rectangle.
Rectangle.
It's a rectangle, right? So from the rectangle's area, so what is the rectangle area? You obviously know. For that you need not integrate and all. The rectangle's area is 4 into 2. It's going to be 8. 8 minus what are we supposed to do? So
Unwanted.
again,
Unwanted area.
yes. So it is 8 because it's the area of rectangle and area of the shaded portion. There is a yellow part, right? So for the yellow part, it should be in our mind, you're integrating with respect to x-axis.
X-axis.
X-axis means you need to write y. So x-axis means x
X
square.
square dx.
Yes.
Okay. So what are the limits?
0 to 2.
0 to 2.
That's right. 8 minus x square integral is x cubed by 3. 0 to 2. So 8 minus 8 by 3.
8 by 3.
16 by.
Is it not same? 16 by 3 is the area of the red color portion. So total area will be 2
32 by
times
3.
32 by 3.
That's right. So tell me one thing. Are you people able to visualize how to solve these problems? Means
Yes,
you
sir.
solve it and anyway you'll still get the same answer. Okay. So this part alone, I want you to write it immediately. We'll get used to it. Write it.
சார் நம்ம டைரக்டா ஏரியா ஆஃப் ரெக்டாங்கிள் 8 னு எழுதலாமா இல்ல அதையும் இன்டெகிரல்
No, you need
4
not. அது தேவையில்லை. Why do you need to integrate? It's a regular shape then. They ask only, you can take it directly.
ஓகே சார்.
ஒருவேளை அப்படி எழுதணும்னா you can take, see. But all you want to write, அது கூட சொல்லு how to write it.
சார் இன்டெகிரல் 0 to 2 4 dx.
Very good. Integral of 0 to 2, 4 dx. Why did you write 4 here?
y is equal to
Because
4.
y is equal to 4. If you do the same thing, if you do this thing, one more step, you'll still get 8 only. Okay. That's right. You can do this also.
Yes.
Okay. But mostly see, in exam point of view, solve it using y-axis only. There's actually a complicated procedure. I explain only for you to visualize, that's it. Okay.
Yes sir.
Yeah. Shall I move on to the next one?
Yes, sir.
1 minute, sir. 1 minute.
Yeah.
1 minute, sir.
Yeah. Write it. Okay.
Done.
Yeah. So moving on to the next one. Find the area of the region in the first quadrant enclosed by the line y is equal to x and the circle x square plus y square is equal to 32. So they have given it, right? So you have a circle whose radius is how much?
Root 32.
32.
It is, no, it is root 30. It is root 32. Okay. So area is root 32. Root 32 is nothing but 4 root 2. So 4 root 2 comma 0. This point will be 0 comma 4 root 2. So this point will be minus 4 root 2 comma 0. and this will be 0, comma minus 4 root 2. What is y is equal to x?
Line passing
It's
through
a,
the origin.
that's right. It is a line which is passing through the origin. And how much is the angle made by it with the x-axis?
45 degrees.
45.
It is exactly 45. Means you will have a line like this. Done. So y is equal to x. So what are they asking? Find the area of the region in the first quadrant enclosed by the line y is equal to x. So how to solve this? Now, which region are they asking? I'm taking the red color portion. So this is the region they're asking. So how to solve this? So if you observe, this region can be broken into two parts. If you drop a perpendicular, this is one part, first part, and this is the second part. Right? Now observe. When I calculate the area, so area of the shaded region, can I write it as area of the first part plus area of the second part? Here they do not follow symmetry. So what is A1? A1 is, I need to know what is this point. So tell me one thing, in this problem, will you solve with respect to x-axis or y-axis?
X-axis.
X-axis.
X-axis is easy for us, right? So when you do for A1, write the integral. X-axis means you need to write the y value. So we know that x square plus y square is equal to 32. So y is equal to root of 32 minus x square. And you also know why I'm taking only positive value, because it's first quadrant. They themselves have told. So root of 32 minus x square, don't forget dx. Now tell me the limits.
That,
I'm writing one thing. So 0 to 4 root 2. Is it right?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
Yes. Don't make
No,
this
sir.
mistake. Okay? Just because they have given, don't make this mistake. It is some value which is less than 4 root 2. So how to get that? You have to solve both the equations. So when you solve both the equations, what you get? On solving y is equal to x and x square plus y square is equal to 32, what do you get? 2x square is equal to 32, which implies x is equal to x square is 16, x will be plus or minus 4. So this point will be 4, 0, and this point will be minus 4, 0. Okay. Now tell me what limit should I take for A1?
0 to 4.
0 to 4.
Yes. 0 to 4, it is of the form root of a square minus x square. Integral of a to b, root of a square minus x square. Apply the formula and solve for it. See, what is the expected area? What shape is it taking? First one.
Angle.
It's a
Triangle.
triangle. So expected area is half into base. Base is 4 into height is also 4. This and this will get cancelled. Means when you solve this, you should get the answer as 8 square units. Okay. You can do this as a rough work and verify whether you are getting the same answer. Don't write it directly. Okay. Next is how to find A2. Tell me. A2 is integral of, see, 1 minute, I'm sorry. There is a mistake in A1. There is a very big mistake in A1. The function is not root of 32 minus x square. With respect to the interval 0 to 4, which curve is making the area with the x-axis? Is it
Y
the
is
circle or the line?
Y is equal
Yes,
to
it is.
x.
Yes, you need to write y is equal to x. That is x dx. So when you do x dx, it will be x square by 2 between 0 to 4. So substitute the limit 16 by 2 is 8. Okay, please be careful. I'm sorry, while explaining, I missed that point. So it is 8 square units. Whereas the second region is bound by which curve? The
Sir,
second
how it
region is
is
bound by.
SDX, sir?
230.
Sorry, how is it?
How it is XDX? Can you explain, sir?
Because this area. In this
Yeah.
area, what is the line? What is the line which is? It is the line which is making the area with the x-axis. So you should write the equation of line, not the circle. Whereas in the second part, if you observe, it is the circle that is making the area with the x-axis. Correct? So it will
Okay,
be,
sir.
what are the limits? Tell me the limits, guys.
4 to 4 root 2.
That's it. If you master this, that's more than sufficient. So move 4 to 4 root 2 root of
32 minus 6.
minus x square
dx.
dx. Now you solve this, you will get the answer. Okay. So this part I'm leaving it to you. So what will be the final area? Area will be equal to A1 plus A2. So it should be 8 plus something. Is it clear?
Sir,
Yeah, tell me.
so why don't we take it like a whole thing instead of separating as A1 and A2, sir?
You cannot take it as single thing. No? You can take it as single function only if the same curve is making with the x-axis. Here, how many curves are there? You have two, no? Because what is happening is before the point of intersection, it is only the area made by the line. Is a curve, is a circle participating? Circle is not even participating. Yeah, this portion. Is it making any area? The one which I'm shading now. You are able to see?
Oh, yes, sir. It's not making.
Is it making any area with the x-axis?
No, sir.
Similarly, after you cross the point of intersection, it is only the curve that is responsible. That is the circular portion. That is the reason I took it like that. That is the only way to solve. Okay. I hope this is clear.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So moving on to the next one. Find the area bounded by the ellipse x square by a square plus y square by b square is equal to 1, and the ordinates x is equal to 0 and x is equal to ae. Any idea about what is this x is equal to ae for an ellipse? It's one of the foci points. Okay. See, for this chapter, you need to be good with coordinate geometry. So what is this point? Center is origin. Right extreme point is semi-major axis. The semi-minor 0 comma minus b, 0 comma plus b and 0 comma minus b. This is the ellipse. Okay, you know what is E, right? E is the eccentricity. Eccentricity of an ellipse is less than 1. So A into E is some point over here. A comma 0 represents the focal point. That's the foci. So which area are they asking? So x is equal to 0 is y-axis, and x is equal to ae comma 0 is a line parallel to y-axis. Tell me one thing, are you guys able to understand?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So it will be a line like this. This one and this one. So which area are they asking? The red color one. So this is the shaded portion. Correct? Huh? So integral of, tell me, I will find again one area only, A1, and I'll multiply it with 2. A1, tell me guys. Integral of 0 to
0 to A.
AE. Since you're taking the limits of x-axis, you're integrating with respect to x. Here you need to write f of x. So what is f of x? You already know this, b by a into root of a square
A
minus a
square
square. Okay. See, I wrote it directly. Don't write it directly in the exam. Okay. Ensure you solve and do it. Show all the steps. B by a into integral of 0 to ae root of a square minus x square dx is a1. So area will be equal to 2 times a1. So first find out this area and multiply it with 2. You will get the required answer. So I hope you understood how to form the equation, right? Are you done?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Moving on to the next one. Find the area of the region bounded. I think this exercise problem, right? Yeah. So find the area of the region bounded by the curve y square is equal to x and the line x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 4. Lines x is equal to 1, 4 and x axis. Can you guys try? Tell me the equation. So y square is equal to x. What does it represent?
Upward parabola.
What parabola?
X square is equal to y is upward.
Rightward parabola.
Sir,
Rightward
rightward parabola.
Yes, it's a rightward. So this point is 1, 0. This point is 4, 0. Right. So they're asking the bounded region between them, means it is this area. So how to calculate this area?
Sir, limits between
Root
1
x
and
into
4.
dx, sir.
Respect to x axis.
Yeah, tell me. Integral of, you will take one area as A1. A1 is integral of,
1 to 4.
1 to 4.
that's right, 1 to 4. What is the curve making the, it is
Root
this
x, sir.
curve.
Root x dx.
That's right. It is root x dx. So x power half divided by, so it will be 2 times,
The 2 by 3 x power 3 by 2.
yeah, 2 by 3 x power 3 by 2. 2 by 3 x power 3 by 2 from 1 to 4. It will be 2 by 3 into x power 3 by 2 is 8 minus 1. It will be 14 by 3. Yes. So required area will be equal to 2 times A1. That will be 28 by 3.
Value.
28 by 3 square units. Okay, next one. You people solve y square is equal to 9x. So y square is equal to 9x is a rightward parabola. X equal to 2 is a line parallel to y-axis. X equal to 4 and x-axis only in the first quadrant. X equal to 2, x equal to 4.
Sir, 8 into 4 minus root 2.
8 into
4 minus root 2.
8 into 4 minus root 2. So limits another. So 2 comma 0, this is 4 comma 0. So integral of 2 to 4,
16 minus 4.
3 root
3
x
root
dx.
3 root x dx. That's it. So 3 into 2 by 3 into x power
3 by
3 by
2.
2.
3 by 2.
from 2 to 4. This will be 2 into 8 minus, this is what 8 minus,
2 root 2.
2 root 2.
that's right. So 16 minus 4. 16 minus 4 root 2 square units. Yes. So don't forget this in the x-axis, y-axis and all.
Sir, okay.
Okay. Moving on to the next one. You people do it. X square is equal to 4y. It's an upward parabola. See, actually, this chapter is over according to the deleted portion because next exercise is not there. Okay. So how many more problems are there? 10. Can actually finish it in one day. So solve this. Find the area of the region bounded by the curve x square is equal to 4y, y is equal to 2, and y is equal to 4, and y-axis in the first quadrant again. Answer. Integral of
2 to 4.
2 to 4.
right? Yes.
2 root 2y
2
dy.
root y dy.
Root 2y dy. Again 2 root 2. It's
Sir,
only
2 root y.
sorry. 2 root 2. So it will be 2 into 2 by 3 into y power 3 by 2 between 2 to 4. Correct? It will be 4 by 3 into 8 minus 2 root 2. So 32 by 3 minus 8 root 2 by 3 square units. See, actually, this chapter, the second exercise used to come for 6 marks. But now I'm not sure how they are going to give it. Let me see the sample question paper and say, because second exercise is deleted. It's not there. So hopefully you should get something for 4 mark from this. Okay. And this is an easy exercise. I hope you guys are able to do on your own. Similarly, fourth one, area bounded by the ellipse x square by 16 plus y square by 9 is equal to 1. They ask it in MCQ, what will your answer be? Pi into 16 into...
Pi into 4 into...
Yes, 4 into 3.
144 pi.
No. 12 pi. I wrote it wrong. Pi into a square is 16. A is 4. B square is 9. B is 3. So 4 into 3, 12 pi square units. But still you know how to solve this problem using integration, right? So you can refer example 2. Okay, you can refer the second example of this exercise. Similarly, this also. What will be the answer?
6 pi.
5 into 2 into 3. 6 pi.
3.
Pi.
6 pi, no? 6 pi square units. Similarly, let's look at this. Find the area of the region in the first quadrant enclosed by the x-axis line x is equal to root 3y and the circle x square plus y square is equal to 4. X square plus y square is equal to 4. So this point is 2 comma 0 minus 2 comma 0 0 comma 2 0 comma minus 2. Done. So x is equal to root 3y. What is it? So you can write it like this. Y is equal to 1 by root 3x. Y is equal to mx is also a straight line which is passing through origin. And what is the slope of it?
1 by root 3.
1 by root 3. We know that slope is nothing but the angle made with the x-axis. So this angle will be 30 degrees. It is only for your information again. Okay. So what are they asking? Find the area of the region in the first quadrant enclosed with the x-axis. X-axis means you integrate with respect to x-axis only. This is also similar to the problem which we already did. So you drop a perpendicular. You will find the point of intersection. You will have it as A1 and A2. For A1, which curve are you supposed to take?
Y is equal to 1 by root 3.
6.
So y is equal to 1 by root 3x. That's right. For A2, you will take the root of 4 square minus x square dx. Sorry, 4 minus x square dx. So I'm directly writing it. Integral of 0 to, I don't know what this point is. Let me call it as some A comma something, okay. 0 to A, it will be x by root 3 dx plus integral of A to 2 root of 4 minus x square dx. Find out that A by solving both the curves. Did anyone find it out already? So x square plus x square by 3 is equal to 4. So 4x square by 3 is equal to 4. X is equal to plus or minus root 3. So it will be root 3. Root 3 comma 1, okay. And this point will be minus root 3 comma minus 1. So what will the limits be? 0 to root 3.
0 to root 3.
That's it. Okay. So moving on to the next one. So this is a good problem actually. Find the area of the smaller part of the circle cut off by the line x is equal to a root 2. Sorry, a by root 2. So tell me, x is equal to a by root 2. Where is it? It's a line parallel to x-axis. This 0, 0, this a by root 2, 0, and this point will be a, 0. So if this distance is a by root 2, then how much is this distance?
A minus A by
A minus A by root.
How much will you get? Root 2 minus 1, that is 0.44 divided by root 2. This is 1 divided by root 2. So actually, this will be the smaller portion. Because since they mentioned that you need to find the area of the smaller region, which side will be smaller?
Right side.
Right side.
Right side is smaller. So what will be the limits? Tell me fast. What will be
A
the
by
limits?
root 2
Again,
to A.
A root 2 to A.
that's right. Since it is symmetric, area will be, the total area will be 2 times a1, but a1 will be integral of a by root 2 to a. What is the curve that is making the angle?
Root over
So
A
it is
square minus Y square.
x square, root of a square minus x square dx. Because you're taking the limits of x-axis. Okay, it is a by root 2 to a, root of a square minus x square dx. This part I hope you can solve it, right? So moving on to the next one. This 8th one I'll do and show. So the area between the curve x is equal to y square, it's a parabola. X is equal to 4 is divided into 2 equal parts by the line x is equal to a. The area between x is equal to y square and x is equal to 4, x is equal to 4 is divided into 2 equal regions by another line x is equal to a somewhere between. So this is a comma 0, this 4 comma 0, this 0 comma 0. Okay, what they're trying to say is this area and this area are of equal magnitude. So how can we write? If I say this as a1, a2, a1 is equal to a2. But what is a1? Integral of 0 to?
A.
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 That's right. 0 to a. You're integrating with respect to x-axis. So it will be root x dx is equal to. Actually speaking, what will happen is this a1 is nothing but the total area. You can write it as 2 times. I hope you understood why I wrote the 2 there. In the previous
Yes, sir.
problems, what we did is it
Yes,
was
sir.
only one particular area. So since it was symmetric, I took it like this. Now what I'm doing is a1 I'm taking as the total area on the left hand side. A2 is the total area on the right hand side. So 2 times integral of,
A to 4.
A to
that's
4.
right, a to 4. It's the same curve again,
Root
root
x
x dx. So 2 and 2 will get cancelled. It doesn't make big difference. So it will be 2 by 3 times x power 3 by 2 is equal to 2 by 3 times x power 3 by 2 between a to 4. So 2 by 3 is also gone. A power 3 by 2 is equal to 4 power 3 by 2 is again 8. minus a power 3 by 2. I hope you guys are able to understand. So 2a power 3 by 2 is equal to 8. This and this will get cancelled. A will be equal to 4 power 2 by 3. So the point should be 4 power 2 by 3. This is the required answer.
Wow.
Okay. So the remaining problems you guys can write as homework. If there is any doubt, we can discuss in the next class. So after this, in the miscellaneous also, the problems related to first exercise alone are sufficient. Okay. Next class, I'll clear your doubts and I'll start differential equations. That is the next chapter, 9th chapter. That is also going to have only 5 exercises. Each class we can pick. I think out of which one is deleted. Let me check. So in differential equations, formation of differential equation or general solution. There are 2 exercises which are removed. So you have only 3 exercises. That is also maximum 2 classes. We can complete in 2 classes without rushing. Okay. So these are all the problems that are homework. 9 to 13. Finish it. Okay. 9 to 13 is homework. With this, we can end the session. Is there anyone having doubts?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Yep.
So 1 minute, could you scroll back to the 8th question?
Yeah. This one?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Done, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
There are no doubts.
Thank
We can make it. Yes. Okay.
Thank you.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir,
Yeah, tell.
sir,